right, gang, we're in this room this morning, and I do have an editorial for you this morning. It's one that's reminiscent of the George Floyd incident, like I said yesterday, and it's regarding a Navy vet. It's a tragic story. It's one that makes us question, is it really a good thing to call the cops when you need help? Let's look at it. Thank you to abcnews.go.com for this story. A Navy veteran who was going through an episode of paranoia died after a Northern California police officer knelt on his neck for several minutes, his family said Tuesday. The family of Angelo Quinto called police on December 23rd because the 30-year-old was suffering a mental health crisis and needed help. His family says a responding officer knelt on Quinto's neck for nearly 5 minutes while another officer restrained his legs. Quinto lost consciousness and was taken by ambulance to a hospital where he died 3 days later. They handcuffed him and one officer put his knee on the back of his neck the whole time I was in the room, said Quinto's mother, Cassandra Quinto Collins.
I was there. I was watching them, trusted them. I thought, they know what they're doing.
Cassandra Quinto Collins recorded this cell phone video after her son fell limp while being restrained by Antioch police.
They take him from me and they put him down and he said, please don't kill me, please don't kill me.
What happened next is at the heart of the family's legal claim they filed Thursday morning.
Quinto Collins said she had been hugging her son and he was calm when officers arrived at their home in Antioch, 45 miles east of San Francisco. A video recorded by Quinto Collins shows her son listless with a bloodied face and his hands cuffed behind his back. She said she began recording after seeing her son's eyes were rolled up in his head. The family filed a legal claim against the Antioch Police Department last week, which gives the department 45 days to respond. After that time has elapsed, the family will file a federal lawsuit, said John Burris, the Quinto's attorney. Attorney John Burris said, I refer to it as the George Floyd technique. That's what snuffed the life out of him, and that cannot be a lawful technique. We see not only violations of his civil rights, but also violations against the rights of his mother and sisters who saw what happened to him.
And what happened here is the officers got on Mr. Quino's neck with their knee and pressed down on it.
Bay Area civil rights attorney John Burris is representing the family. They held a press conference in their front yard. Burris said they've conducted an independent autopsy indicating Quinto asphyxiated.
And he literally was dead within 5 minutes.
The Antioch Police Department didn't issue a press release or statement about the case when it happened.
Floyd, a black man, died May 25th in Minneapolis after a police officer pressed his knee against Floyd's neck while he was handcuffed and saying he couldn't breathe, and he was also begging for water. Attorney Burris said there were other issues with the officer's response, including how they didn't try to de-escalate and first talk to Quinto, and how they failed to turn on their body cameras and the camera in their patrol car. A cause of death has not been released by authorities and an independent autopsy is pending, Burris said. After the legal claim was filed Thursday, Antioch Police Lieutenant Tara Mendez told the newspaper that
once some additional portions of the investigation are completed, APD will be getting together with all the involved agencies to provide more information to the public.
Which is called a narrative.
Christmas presents for Quinto still sit unopened in the family's living room. They hope their legal claim will help bring some answers.
I don't believe that this happened now.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I'm able to talk and not scream right now.
Quinto, who was born in the Philippines, was honorably discharged from the Navy in 2019 because of a food allergy, said his sister Bella Collins. He suffered from depression most of his life, but his behavior changed after an apparent assault in early 2020 when he woke up in a hospital not remembering what happened and with stitches and serious injuries. After that, he began having episodes of paranoia and anxiety, she said. Collins, 18, said she now regrets calling the police after worrying her brother could hurt their mother, who, before police arrived, was tightly hugging her and mom. She said, I asked the detectives if there was another number I should have called, and they told me that there wasn't and that I did the right thing. But right now I can tell you that the right thing would not have killed my brother. But they tell her, you did the right thing. How? I called the police out put their knee on the back of my brother's neck until he goes unconscious. Cops just do not have the training or the education to deal with mentally ill people. They are poorly trained in mental health, and I don't know. Just don't call the police if somebody in your family needs help. It's not going to go well. George Floyd, Elijah McClain, Andre Hall, Quinto. People that the police have responded to that are dead. Leroy Kennedy, beat up. He's just walking down the street. Rodney Reese, just walking home in the snow, arrested. Osama al-Saidi, walking home from work, gets punched out by the cops who lied, and a security camera showed their lies. Showed the truth is what it showed. And then these guys, they said, these cops here, well, they didn't turn on their body cameras. Of course they didn't. In case something went wrong, they could go, this is what happened. Well, fortunately for that family, and unfortunately for you cops, Mama was recording. She did the right thing. She started recording. That's the right thing to do. You get the police in your house, phone goes on. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below.
Now, as I mentioned, both the family and the police department are awaiting the autopsy results. Obviously, learning the cause and manner of death will be important in determining whether this was a homicide or something else.